Hello my dear children, today we are going to start the subject science, and for this term we have done 2 lessons, and at first we have done the lesson electricity, unit number 5, electricity. I hope you have an idea about this lesson because already we have written down the writing part of this lesson, and I'm here in page number 48 in our science textbook. Okay, before starting the lesson, I'm going to ask a simple question from you, that can you remember what is the electricity? The electricity helps us to make light or sound, and also it helps us to heat things up or cool things down, and also it is helping us to make things move. Okay, now take a look at this big picture in page number 48. Let's look at this boy who is playing with a toy car, and you can see in the picture the car is moving. It looks like it is moving. And how does it move? How does this toy car move? If you take a look at of the downside of this toy car, you can see there is a cell holder, and cell is giving the power to this toy car. Okay, here you can see there is a fan and it has wind. You can see it is working fan, and the wire of the fan is plugged into a wall socket. What is a wall socket? In your home also you can see some sockets are there in the walls, and from the wall sockets we get mains electricity. So this fan is working from mains electricity, not from a cell, not from batteries. We know that cell is another word for batteries. So this fan is making this fan is working using the mains electricity, and the light is also, you can see the wire is plugged into the wall socket, and it is also working with the mains electricity. So from the wall socket there are some wires that are connected to the mains electricity. So inside these walls there are wires. Okay. There is a refrigerator and it is also working with the mains electricity. Now look at here. The bulb has light, and how does it work? When you take a look at the bulb in your room, the wire is going through the roof and it is connected to a switch somewhere in the room. Okay, so I can see the switch of this bulb is here. So inside the walls and the roof you can't see the wires, but there are some wires that are connected to each other. So the mains electricity is going through the switch and as well as the bulb, and then when you turn on the switch you have light. When you turn off the switch you don't have light. Okay, that is how the bulb is working. And here you can see on the table there is a mobile phone. Is there any wire connected to the mobile phone? No. Then how does it work? Inside the mobile phone there are batteries. There is a battery. So you can see your parents are charging the mobile phones because the batteries need electricity to charge itself. Okay, so batteries are storing the electricity inside their body. Okay, so inside these mobile phones there are batteries, and also there are some more objects that you can see. They are using the mains electricity. This electric kettle is also plugged into a wall socket, and you can see there is a cassette or maybe a CD player. We can say it is a radio also. So it is also plugged into a wall socket. And also there is an oven. It is working. You can see the red light here, and it is also connected to the wall socket, and they are taking the power from mains electricity. Okay, so we learned here that we can use electricity from 2 ways, that are from cells, that means batteries, and also from the mains electricity. Now here, what is mains electricity? Cell we know, already we know cell, what are they, and inside the cells we know there is electricity. And mains electricity is coming from where? We already learned that this mains electricity is coming from power stations. So power stations are big areas where this mains electricity is produced. This mains electricity is coming to your home from these power stations. So in our country also there are big huge power stations, and here there are several methods of making this mains electricity. So when you are coming to the higher classes, you will learn those things, and here just take an idea that mains electricity is coming from the power stations. So how does this mains electricity move from power stations to our houses? From the wires. So if you take a look at around your house, there are some wires, and on the road also you can see there are power poles, and they are carrying the wires to our houses from the power stations. Okay, so inside these wires this mains electricity is going. Okay, so and also you have to keep on your mind that this mains electricity is very powerful than these cells or batteries. Okay, now let's move to the next page. Staying safe. So this part is very important when we talk about the mains electricity. Why? We know that mains electricity is very powerful compared to the electricity of the cells. So before talking the safety, we need to know what are these wires. Electricity need wires to travel. Okay, so when we need a machine to work, usually we plug a wire to the wall socket, and then the machine begins to work. And also if we have this kind of a cell with us, then we need a wire to take out this electricity from the cell. So let me show you a wire. This is a simple wire. Even though it is made of plastic, from outside, in the inside there is a metal part. Okay, so electricity is moving in the metal part of a wire, and inside the wire there is a metal part. Okay, you have given a picture here. There is a damaged wire, and inside the wire you can see the metal parts, and there are several wires also in this wire. So why this is very dangerous? Because before that I want to tell you something, that electricity moving through the metal parts, and also here you can see mains electricity can move through water. So electricity is moving through the metals, and also electricity is moving through the water. So how about the human body? Human body, inside the skin there is blood, and blood is made of water and some other particles are there, but the main ingredient inside our body is water. So when we touch a powerful electricity, it is very dangerous. That's why this is very dangerous. When you see a damaged wire at your home, you need to tell your parents that we need to remove it from our house. Okay, because it is very dangerous, because it may gives you an electric shock. What is an electric shock? Electric shock means when when the electricity is going through your body, there will be a shock. So it may cause you to die. So it is very, very dangerous. So my dear children, if you see this kind of a wire at your home, you have to quickly inform your parents to remove these things. And it is only one part, okay? There is many other important things that you need to follow when you are working with mains electricity. Can you see the picture here? It shows us that we can't put anything to the holes of the wall socket, because inside these sockets it has mains electricity. Especially you can't put metal things, okay? Especially you can't put metal things as well as your fingers. So you can't touch the wall socket with your hands. You can't touch the wall sockets with any metal things, okay? And also you can't put anything inside these holes on the wall sockets. Now there is another most important thing, that is you can't touch the wires, these wall sockets, with wet hands. So you need to be careful whenever you are using the mains electricity or any plug. You need to make sure that your hands are dry. Okay, these are the three things that you need to follow when you are working with mains electricity. Okay, now quickly let's move to the practical part for this lesson, making a circuit. Okay, without further information, I'm going to start the lesson with these things. Okay, so let's investigate one by one. First of all, we can see there is a cell. So I also brought a cell here, and the most important thing in this cell, we also call this as a battery. It has two parts, negative part and positive part. You can see in this battery also there are two parts. Okay, you can take a look at here. All right, now here can you see the symbols here, positive end and the negative end. Positive, the symbol is like a plus. We use this symbol to do addition, plus mark, and it is on the head, the side of the head of the cell. And there is a negative sign, and we use this symbol when we are using subtraction. This is like a minus mark, and this is negative, and this is positive. Okay, so we need to be careful when we are making a circuit, and let's talk about it later. And then I'm going to talk about the cell holder. So we found a cell holder here, and in this picture there is only one part to put only one cell, and in my cell holder there are two parts. Okay, next one, a bulb holder. So I brought a bulb holder with a bulb, and also we need the wires. Okay, now before making the circuit, I want to ask, what is a circuit? A circuit is a completed path where the electricity can travel. Okay, so this circuit is always a completed loop or a circle. It should be always completed, no gaps in between this circuit. Okay, now let's make a simple circuit with the objects we found. Okay, now look at here very carefully. First of all, I'm taking the cell holder here, and I have two cells and the bulb holder with the bulb, and I have wires. Okay, now we are going to make a simple circuit. So, as you can see in the cell holder, there are two parts. A side without anything, but a side with a small spring. Usually we have to put this negative side this negative side into this side of spring. Okay, now look at here. I'm putting this negative side into the side of spring, and this part also I'm putting with the same way. Okay, now the cells are ready with the cell holder. We call them as cell as well as batteries. Okay, now let's connect these wires. I brought these wires. We don't need these wires since we have these wires, but I brought them because it will make easy to make the circuit. Okay, I'm connecting them together, and the next part. Okay, now you can see the metal parts are connected together. Now this is on a one path. This is a path. Okay, and here also it is a path. Now the circuit is ready with the wires, cells and the cell holder. Now I'm going to put this bulb into the bulb holder. Okay, now you can see in this bulb holder there are two parts, here and here. These are the metal parts that are connected to the bulb. Now I'm going to connect this metal part. Why are we connecting this metal part? Because metal is the material that the electricity needs to travel. Okay, now I'm going to put one part here and the other part here. Now it is not completed yet. Now I'm going to complete it. Okay, now you can see the light of the bulb, and I'm removing it. Now it has a gap. The electricity can't flow through a completed path. Now I'm going to complete the path without any gaps. Okay, you can see the light of the bulb. Okay, simply this is a circuit. If there is any gap in between anywhere, then the circuit is not completed, then it will not be a circuit. Okay, now quickly let's move to the next part. Before that, I want to tell you another thing, that the electricity is always going from the negative side and ending from the positive side. We can't clearly see this because there are two sides, but usually you can have an idea from this picture. The electricity starts to travel from the negative side and it is ending from the positive side. Okay, keep it on your mind. Now let's move to the next activity, and it is about motors and buses. Okay, now we have done this part already, so without talking I'm going to do the practical. So why do we need motors? For what we use these type of motors? We need motors to spin something. So you have seen the propeller inside the fan. So inside the fan people have used this type of motors to spin that propeller inside the fan. Okay, now I'm going to make this motor work by using these cells. Okay, now we have electricity from here, but this is not a circuit. Now I'm making a circuit with these wires. I'm going to put this one part of this motor, okay, and the other part is here. Okay, I can hear sound. I hope you also can hear the sound. Okay, all right, that is the sound. Now we are going to make a small fan using this motor. So for that I'm going to put this piece of board into the part of here, this part of this motor. Okay, this part is beginning to spin when the electricity flowing through this motor. Now I'm going to complete the circuit. Now you can see. All right. Okay, this is a small fan that you can make. Now pay your attention to the side, to the direction of this fan. Okay, to the direction of this fan. So you can see it is turning from here to here. It is turning, spinning from here to here. Now I'm going to change the side of these parts. First the black wire was here. Now I'm going to change the positions. The red wire is here, and now I'm going to put the black wire here. Okay, you can see first it begins to spin from here to here. Now what happened? Now it's spinning from here to here. So you can see the wires, when the wires are moved, the side, the turning direction of this small fan is changing. Okay, that is because the electricity is going from negative to positive. So when we change the direction, the fan is also changing. Okay, so if you can't see it clearly, you can play the video again and again. And now let's move on to the next part, that was the buzzer. What is a buzzer? Buzzer is something that we need to make a sound. You can hear a sound when we press a button of something. When we press a button of an object, if the button is giving you the sound, then there people have used a buzzer. This is a buzzer. Okay, so inside there is a small circuit and it gives us a sound. Now you can hear the sound. Now I'm going to connect these wires together. Okay, I'm going to connect the metal parts of this wire. Now listen. Now it is going to be completed. Okay, I hope you heard the sound. It is a big noise. Okay, when the wires are connected. All right, now it's enough. So that is how a buzzer is working. Now we have done a motor, the motor and the buzzer. Okay, so I hope now you have an idea about how a buzzer is working, how a motor is working, and how a simple circuit is working. Now it is about switches. Okay, so you can see some simple examples are here, and I also found a simple switch for you. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to show you how this switch is working. Okay, so we were here in the buzzer, and I'm going to connect this switch to this circuit. I'm going to put this switch into this circuit by connecting it with another wire. Okay, now there are two parts in this switch, so I have connected it like this. Okay, two parts are connected. One is connected to the cell and the other one is going to be connected with the buzzer. Okay, now can you hear any sound? No, because the switch is turned off. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the switch. Okay, so you heard the sound. When the switch is on, the circuit is completed. When the switch is off, the circuit is not completed. There is a gap. Now I'm going to show you how a switch is working with a simple picture. Okay, now look at here. Can you see the simple picture of a switch? Okay, this is also a switch, and when this big stick is going down, the metal parts are connected. You can see the yellow color parts here, yellow or gold color parts, they are made of metal. When this metal part, this big stick is going down, these metal parts are connected together, then there is no gap in this circuit. Okay, if this part is there, is not connected to here, then there is a gap in between this circuit. Okay, when this part is going down, the whole circuit is completed and this electricity is going through the switch. Okay, if the switch is making a gap in this circuit, then it is not working. Okay, if there is no gap with the switch, if this part is here, then there is no gap in this circuit, then this will be a working circuit. So you can see the light here from the bulb. Okay, now that's it. If you have any question regarding these lessons, you can have a simple call to your teachers. And if you have these equipments at home, these simple things, if you can find from your home, you can make a simple circuit and you can make a small video or photograph and you can send it to your teacher. Okay, some of you have already sent some videos and very good, and others also can, and I hope to see your small circuits. Thank you.